everybody. Today I'm going to be doing an installation of these Gibson historic spec volume knob indicators. I just bought this Gibson Les Paul. This is a Gibson Les Paul Studio Tribute. I think I got that right. So I love the guitar, but I wanted to install these volume knob indicators just to give myself a better sense of where, especially with the tone controls. I don't really use the volumes all that much until I get a treble bleed in there. But we'll address the treble bleed in a minute. But yeah, we have these Gibson historic spec volume knob indicators, and oh yeah, they smell historic. They have that authentic historic smell on them and everything. And I just dropped it, so I'm gonna pop these open here. And there we go. Oh yeah, and I'm unleashing the smell of the all the history that's in these. Interestingly, one of these, when I saw it, doesn't look like the rest. The rest of them, they have this. The ring looks pretty good. Let me see if I can get it against that. There you go. But this one is a little different. Has that little notch. I don't know if that's historic as well or not. I'm assuming it is, because Gibson, if they say it is, it must be. Just like those $50 Bumblebee capacitors that they sell, right? They've got to have that extra tone, and that's probably a tone notch right there, what that is. So I opened up the back of the Les Paul, and I was actually amazed to discover it was not what I was expecting. So in there we have, let me see if I can get this back in the frame here. I'm sorry about it being so dark in the studio here. I don't have very much lighting in my studio. One of these days I'll do a Yo MTV Cribs kind of thing with my studio here, but I don't know if you can see, it's got this circuit board there. So installing a treble bleed might be more difficult because we've got these circuit board contacts here that might complicate it a little bit. And the pickups, as you can see, are in there with a circuit board connection. So yeah, if I ever change the pickup, and I actually am thinking about changing the bridge to a 498, yeah, might be a little bit more difficult. Might have to, get rid of everything in here. New tone pots, everything, new controls. So first thing to do, anyway, back to getting these knobs off and these volume knob indicators. I've got my towel here. As you can see, I don't have a neck support on this. That's something I should invest in the future. I've seen people remove volume and tone knobs all sorts of ways. I have a wooden letter opener. People use guitar picks, and I use fairly sizable guitar picks when I play. Let me see if I can grab one. Yeah, I've got these pretty heavy guitar picks, Dunlop 1.5 millimeter. Those might work well too. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to get some paper, some thin tissue paper actually. Actually, you know what might work is this cloth here. I have this cloth. You don't want to mess up the finish of your guitar. You really don't. I know they make knob removers. Saw that on a YouTube video. So we're just going to take it very easy with these. Okay, so all the knobs are off. Next thing to do is going to be to remove these nuts and washers. And let's see here. I think that might do it. What are we looking at? A 1/2 inch? Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, got my ratchet set here. I saw somebody doing this with just some pliers, some adjustable pliers, and bad idea. bad idea. I'm not going to hold the pots from the bottom because I think they're pretty well held in place by the circuit board. We'll see when I get the last one out what happens. Also, a good idea is to have some sort of cup or receptacle where you can keep the nuts and washers. See how I sort of twisted there and lost my bearing? You do that with some adjustable pliers, you're asking to gouge your guitar body. Just don't do it. Now, I don't do this professionally or anything like that, but these are tools that you can easily get for not very much money. Yeah, you see that? Okay. I sort of feel that circuit board moving around a little bit, but it's pretty well in there. Okay. So, next thing is... Now, what I'm going to try doing here is, I know that these act as washers, these volume knob indicators, but I don't feel incredibly comfortable about them being flush with the body. So my plan is to put them above the washer and have that little bit of space there. And I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference as far as the height of the knobs is concerned. We're just going to, I've got to pull up a little bit here. I really don't think it's going to matter, honestly. Yeah, because this knob is hollowed out, and so it's going to, I think it's going to work all right. And what I want to do is have everything pointed pretty much towards the bridge. Now these volume knob indicators, I've heard people refer to them as finger cutters, authentic Gibson finger cutters. And that very well may be. I may decide I don't like them, in which case it'd be pretty simple to remove them. Finger tight, or just above finger tight, is going to be absolutely fine. Okay, so I've got it. I've got the knob all the way, and I'm just going to pop that back on. And look at that, it goes 0 to 10. Pretty cool. That feels, yeah. I might need to spread the lug a little bit, get better purchase on the actual knob. Andertons did a video where they actually, I think, where they were reviewing these very guitars, and they talked about the knobs, and the captain showed that little trick where you can just use a knife to come in that groove and just spread it a little bit. I don't have my knife with me, so for the purposes of this video, let's just go ahead with the repair here. Just put that one on there. Sorry about that, I just hit the microphone with my head. The action on that feels a little rough. I need to... As it's rubbing against that. So. And that one's pretty smooth. Still getting used to the controls, so there we go, that's better. Just remove that a little bit from the body there. So. Yeah, it's about the right direction. Actually, tighten that a little too much. And you gotta basically hold on to that volume knob indicator so you don't turn it with the nut. Up to 10. think that might be as far down as it goes. That's weird. I'm just wondering if these are different sizes depending on volume and tone. I don't think so. I guess my OCD is failing me. I normally would have kept track of which one of these knobs was which, volume and tone, neck or bridge. I guess I was just so eager to get this video done. Going anywhere. Turn it to 10. I keep hitting this microphone. I'll just move it a little bit. Okay, so there it is. I've got my authentic historic spec finger cutters on here, so I know exactly where my volume and tone are in relation to everything else. So I'm looking forward to giving this bad boy a try. And thanks for watching. Check out some of my other videos where I actually play some music. And we'll see you next time.